according to Colby Covington, you're upset about, and what a lot of people are upset about, is he said,
Saturday night, I'm going to bring you to a place you never want to be. I'm going to bring you to 7th layer hell.
Okay.
No, I'm bringing you to 7th layer hell. We'll say what's up to your dad while we're there.
Oh.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, Leon Edwards' father...
he was murdered.
He was murdered when Leon was 13,
young.
right?
Yeah.
And so look, at that point, like, what's Leon Edwards going to do? Fight him? He threw it. He clearly, Colby clearly got under his skin.
Yeah.
And we've had Rashad Evans on our show, and Rashad talked about that he would try to do everything he possibly could do to get underneath his opponent's skin. With us, you guys can check out that episode. Rashad's a different man now. He's on mushrooms all the time. He's very, very calm. But he was talking about back then he would do everything he can to get under the guy's skin because then he thought the guy would try to knock him out, and it was like psychological warfare. The guy would gas out. Do you think there's anything to that?
Here's the thing. There is something to getting someone to fight emotionally, because then they're not being as intelligent, as strategic as they could be. A great example of that was Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo. Conor pissed Jose off to such a degree that Jose just wanted to get his hands on him, and Conor knew that. And the first opportunity Jose had, he came right out after him, and Conor cracked him, and then that started the Conor McGregor era.
Yeah.
So there is something to get someone to be emotional, but at the same time, Colby did that with Masvidal, and then he got his tooth knocked out, and he got his face busted up, and then he went and sued. So it's like, yeah, you can say whatever you want, but if you don't like what I say, make my mouth bleed. You know what I mean?
Well, they're gonna fight.
Yeah, we're gonna fight, but also if he didn't feel like it was enough, like obviously Masvidal didn't, he go find him on the streets. And then you gotta, as a man, you gotta own up to that. You can't go running to the police.
What do you think?
If you're gonna talk big shit, you gotta be ready for whatever happens. If you don't want things like that to happen to you outside of the sport, then you don't say things like that. You know what I mean? I think. Here's the thing, and people know this. Colby's like a nice guy. Like it's a character he's doing.
The weird that all the videos are going viral about him whispering to Usman after the fight, like, "Hey, I didn't mean any of that. I'm just trying to sell a fight. I'm trying to fight, sell fights for you, man." To me, that's a bit of a cop out because then if you're playing that game, then you can say whatever ratchet you want to say and try to act like, "Well, it's for the greater good. I'm just trying to sell tickets here." Like,
yeah, man, it's here's the thing. Colby was on the verge of getting kicked out of UFC because he's kind of has a boring style. He would mostly, especially early in his career, just wrestle and edge out wins that way. So they were like about to not even resign him. So he was like, I'm gonna go WWE on these motherfuckers, and he turned that shit up to like 1 million. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think who's to say how far you go? I think there's certain things where it's like, if you say certain things, like if Leon after the fight wants to go find Colby in the back and hit him again, it's within his rights. If you're gonna say certain shit, so if you want to take it far, you can. Just be ready for the consequences, whatever they may be.
Say what you will. In a star-studded card and a star-studded press conference, Colby Covington is all anybody is talking about afterwards.
I'm not saying even like when he said that, I was like, yep. I wasn't surprised. I was surprised he'd take like that low of a blow.
You know were not surprised?
Nah. Why?
Nothing's off limits.
I don't live the same way. I don't live the same way. I think there is. I think and it's difficult because all's fair in love and war, right? Right? You've heard that? All's fair in love and war?
Yep.
So, in fighting, that's a one-on-one war for 15 minutes, right? But I think there's certain things, there's certain lines you don't want to cross, and it's otherwise it crosses out of the cage.
This is still a job. You guys are co-workers in some way.
This is not a normal job. We're also, we're putting our hands on each other, trying to separate each other from consciousness or their life or whatever the fuck happens. Break their bones, you know what I mean? Fuck them up. You want to win.
So you have no issue whatsoever, really, with what Colby said?
That's not what I said. I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
I don't think I'd want to go that far and that low.
Do you think that sold any extra tickets for the fight?
I think it made more interest. Him
Made more
throwing him talking that, and you know what I mean. And then everyone's got an opinion. They're like, "Oh, that's crazy that he went." You know what I mean? It didn't help. It didn't hurt the business.
That's a fair point.
It didn't hurt the business.
It got people talking about it.
Got people talking about it. He threw the bottle. That's a good little media thing. That's, you know what I mean. Like so. Would I say that to someone? No, because I think it's I don't you know, it's not right. But you know.
Well,
we got freedom of speech. You can make whatever mouth noises you want in this world. As much as they try and take things away.
Yeah. For 10 more months. For 10 more months anyway.
Yeah. Facts are you're allowed to make whatever mouth noises, and you know what I mean. Leon should realize that he's trying to get him emotional, should be able to go off his shoulders. But at the same time, I'm sure there's things you could say to me that would make me react a certain way. I'm sure there's things that could be said to you that make you react a certain way. We'll break down the fight and we'll go into our picks later.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you know it's tough. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, you know, I wasn't outraged. I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised at all. That's his character. That's what he does. So, you know,